to Tim and Liz and Anita, Renee, everybody for coming out here and being part of this presentation. Catalyst is super excited to be able to enter into community benefits with Garfield Park in the city, and you know, be a part of improving the park over the next handful of years and moving forward, making improvements and being a part of the community. Catalyst, that's very important for Catalyst as a company to come into a community, uplift it, improve it, and that's what we're doing here today and moving forward. And again, I want to thank the Catalyst staff and everybody who's been involved in making this happen, and all the other events that we do here in the community as well. Elliot, you want to say a couple things?
You know, shout out to the team for putting this together, and I want to give a special shout out, not just kissing up to Pomona for being so actively engaged with us, and then having the Alvies, both Sharon and Doug, kind of being the tip of the spear so that we could have our eyes and our feet on the ground out here have been great. And then Catalyst means change, right? Because we want to change as much as we can the communities we're in and improve them. And Weed for the People is something that's centered around the people, which includes labor, which includes the workers, and includes the residents of Pomona. And no matter what happens, that's always going to be the mantra of our business. And when I do my little tagline, Weed for the People, that's what it means to us. That's what Catalyst means. And this is part of that mission, which is uplifting the community and giving back to all the communities we're in, and having people reimagine what cannabis, could be. And I know there was a little reservations before we got here. Checks always help, but I think beyond that, the actual, work that we're doing in the community, our relationship with labor and all that is really, real and sincere stuff. And we're super proud that we're in a position to be able to do this. And we have all stores could perform like Pomona, but nonetheless, it's our honor to be here and our privilege. And last thing I'll say is,
Can you just say your name for the recording?
Elliot Lewis.
E-L, 2 L's?
E-L-I-O-T, yeah.
1 T?
1 T.
L-E-W-I-S?
L-E-W-I-S.
Thank you very much.
Barnum always said, I don't care what they say about me, just
spell the name right.
E-L-I-O-T.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, everybody, staff, for being here, for everybody else, park commissioner, historical commissioners. This is a beautiful, wonderful day for this Garfield Park. It's been long awaited, and it's been going through such hardships and everything, but coming together with the Allies is probably such a wonderful blessing that I cannot even imagine. Plus my ERP money that's coming toward the park as well, and the community center. So we're bringing this beautiful World War I Memorial Park back to life again. Thank you so much.
Good morning. I was just thinking about the process that it took to get us here, and I think probably a lot of you know there was a tremendous amount of trepidation about allowing legal cannabis into the city. To be clear, there was clearly cannabis in the city of Pomona, but it was largely, in fact, it was only illegal dispensaries, and that caused a tremendous amount of heartache and frustration. And it was not unusual to get a lot of calls and texts, and people weren't very happy, particularly the businesses that were located around, because as you well know, oftentimes they were in the dark, no windows. It certainly didn't look like a kind of business that you wanted to have in the city. And through a long process, which I believe the City Council set a real example for other states, high standards, the staff did a tremendous job. We elected to start small with few businesses. We said, let's prove this. Let's show that it can work and not inundate the entire city with legal cannabis. And we started with 2 retail, and we also had 2 micro businesses, so a total of 4 altogether. And I can tell you that I have not received one single call from anyone regarding our legal dispensaries. None. And I think it's showing how invested Catalyst is in this community. We appreciate you. I also want to recognize that as part of that process, we wanted to ensure that the employees of Catalyst had good paying jobs. And so we worked very closely as part of our agreement to ensure that they'd have a right to unionize if they chose, and in fact they did. So they are a part of UFCW, as is all legal dispensary employees are part of the union, and we all know how important good paying jobs are. They're critical, particularly during this time when housing is so incredibly expensive and all the costs that have gone up. So I want to thank staff for the tremendous job you've done. I want to thank the Alvies and the folks from Catalyst. You also should know that they go out and help us clean on Tuesdays. They've been out on numerous occasions, and not just cleaning up Holt, which has been an important part of our work with Pomona Beautiful, but they've gone all over the city to help clean up. And during Pomona Beautification Day, they rocked it. They had a lot of folks out cleaning up our city, and so we're happy to have them. If you go by there, you'll see some of the changes that have happened just on that stretch. There will be more changes to come for the better. This is obviously a very challenged area, and you all probably know that was Tate Cadillac at one time when Pomona was a pretty bustling community. There's more work to be done, but I can say that I'm encouraged by what's happening, particularly along this stretch. It will not happen overnight. This is tens of years in the making, but I know that if we continue to work together, we'll get there. So thank you. We're happy. I understand we received the check. It's deposited, and it is currently accruing interest. So we are very, very thankful. So, thank you, everyone.